220 km/h winds. That's what we're monitoring right now with Tropical Cyclone Freddy. It is now February 18th, midnight. You just got into the beginning of the day, Madagascar time. So looking ahead, Tuesday landfall going to be closer to 175 km/h in the forecast right now. So I'm going to continue updating these forecasts as we get into the Mozambique channel here with Freddy. Things are going to be intensifying for South Africa as well. So a very well-defined eye wall with this storm. It's going to be very strong and create a large wall of water up into Madagascar. But before that, we have some islands on the way, Reunion and Mauritius. So these islands will probably be seeing some of the outline of the thunderstorms from this larger cyclone, but the internal wind speeds are very strong, and those are not going to be hitting these islands here. So that's the good news as this thing continues churning. Now, I did forecast a couple of days ago that it would decrease in its intensity, and it did. That was one of the big major reasons, was because the wind shear that was there. Now, another driver for these is going to be sea surface temperatures. It's got to be a certain temperature for these tropical cyclones to form, and we're very warm, over 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to leave that one in Fahrenheit for y'all. But right now, what that means is that this can get stronger and stronger unless we can get some wind shear in there. So we're going to be checking out the wind shear here over there on the sidebar. You can see what level we're at. And as we go up and up, if we have all these colors and directions, little wind barb things staying the same, then that is low wind shear. And we have a lot of blue, which means there's not strong wind ahead of Freddy. And if there were, that would be great. We want to see this changing a lot in order to disorganize that rotation. But finally, we catch an area up higher in the sky, closer to the jet stream, where we do get a little bit of wind shear, but it's very minimal. So I talked about that in my last live stream. It's much longer. Go ahead, leave comments down below and subscribe for more info here about this storm as it gets closer to landfall. But all in all, know that this is going to get stronger. And unfortunately, we do need to have a lot of preparations going on for South Africa as well, because look at the batch of moisture there right now. By the way, all the links to everything I use, it's all public. You can use it too. I'll have this all down in the comments and descriptions below, everything. So look at this big showstopper there, really heading off toward Madagascar. It's going to pretty much end up going a little bit south where we saw those the blue on that wind that I was showing. That's the path of least resistance. So that's one reason this storm will dip to the south a bit. But off toward the west, further west, pretty dry. Up in the States, we just had a big storm system move off, and I'll get right back to Freddy. But over in the Pacific, a huge moisture plume. Now this will eventually be affecting the States. Otherwise, this is what was kind of generating a lot of atmospheric rivers earlier in the season. Now a little bit of that trailed off into that. We're going to expect more and more strong storms in the Indian Ocean now, and also hitting up into Japan. So he is in South Africa, the weather hooligan. I'd recommend following him. He's helping me with a lot of these different areas here, exactly how to forecast what happens here and how to pronounce these different areas in South Africa, so I can do my best job for all of you. So stay tuned, hit subscribe, notifications. I'm going to be live through landfall non-stop. Your weather woman, meteorologist Amy Metz.